So you're planning on purchasing a home and you found a real estate agent that you would like to represent you as a buyer. The question is, do you continue going to open houses? This is a great question. It comes up quite a bit with clients. It's always a fun discussion. I think I have a really good perspective on it, being a realtor. There's a lot involved with an open house. A lot of times when you go to an open house, the person hosting it isn't necessarily going to be the listing agent. It may be a colleague or coworker, assistant, somebody licensed who works with the listing agent. This is often done for a very particular reason. People that walk into open houses that do not have their own buyer's agent are unrepresented, and whoever's there at the house can try to grab them as clients. So quite often, that's the trade-off. Come host my open house for me, and you can try to work with all the buyers that come in. And it is a great way to get clients. It works out well because you're able to meet potential buyers in person. Maybe it's an area you're familiar with. That's a really good way to kind of get to know people pretty easily based on what they're looking for and where you happen to meet them. And you get to meet them in person instead of cold calling or knocking on doors and that type of thing. So it is a really great way to meet potential clients. But if you are working with a realtor, it is perfectly fine if you want to continue to go to the open houses. The very best thing about having a realtor before you go to too many open houses is that you can always write down their contact information on the sign-in sheet. So you might write your name, Jane Smith, and then how did you hear about the open house? You can write agent Julie.grandon and my phone number, for example. The nice thing about this is that then this agent, who probably is not the listing agent or is the listing agent, talk about a conflict of interest there, but may not be the listing agent and just wants you as a client, knows up front that you're already working with a realtor. And that way the agent hosting the open house doesn't reach out and bother you with their questions. They'll reach out to the agent that's representing you and they can give their feedback. Oh, your client seemed really interested, X, Y, and Z. It's a really great negotiation starting point for your agent to get the call from that realtor, rather than you having to just deal with another salesperson trying to sell you that one house when you already have a realtor you've been working with and have looked at several homes with and knows what you want much more specifically. You don't have to put up with the phone calls and solicitations and somebody else trying to be your agent not knowing that you're represented, because it's actually not allowed to try to solicit clients of another real estate agent if there's a signed contract. But they won't have any way of knowing that if you don't write that you have an agent on the sign-in sheet. Personally, I always like being there when my clients go to a home that we eventually do make an offer on. It's nice to hear their initial and follow-up reactions to a space that they're seeing for the first time. It's better to see it in person with them. You just get a different energy and you understand more how they feel about it, whether it be that they don't feel all that great about certain aspects or that they're absolutely in love with it and it's perfect and they just don't want to have to try again later on to find something so ideal. I want to make sure that I know that. It always helps to be there to get their initial opinion of the property as they're first seeing it. This makes it easier to make a clearer offer that represents my client's best interests. All that being said, if there's an open house that pops up at a house that you think you would like and your realtor can't make it with you, they've had a family emergency, or maybe your real estate agent took their 2 days off for the year that weekend and they aren't able to make it to meet you there, then yes, feel free to go by yourself. As always, I mean, you can go to any open house. All I say is that if you really do think that you're going to want to make an offer, it's better to take your agent so that they understand your thoughts on the property more clearly. It does help to see it in person with them. It usually helps us put together a much better, clearer offer tailored more specifically to how my clients feel about the home. Anyways, quick one today, but I do realize this question comes up a lot, so hoping I can discuss it here and it benefits people all over the place. Thanks so much for watching. Everything we do on this channel is meant to make your move to or within the DC area easier on you, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss something that could help. Thank you again, take care, and I hope to see you next time.